It took me so long to be myself, way longer than it should have. And I would ask you right now, like, take an honest look at yourself in the mirror and ask, am I being myself? Am I actually saying the things that I want to say? Am I actually showing all the aspects of my personality when I first meet someone, when I'm on a call with them, when I'm alone, maybe when I'm making content, writing my captions on my Instagram photos? Like, ask yourself that question. Are you really being yourself? Do you know how to be yourself? Because we all know who we are deep down. We know what we act like when no one else is around. We know the things that we do and say and think, but oftentimes we're afraid to show those things. And I think there's a lot of benefits in life that come from just fully being yourself. Now, it sounds cheesy. You might say, well, Cooper, dude, that is the oldest saying in the book, just be yourself. But the thing is, most people fucking suck at being themselves. I've seen it. You've seen it. Maybe you've seen it in yourself. I've seen it in myself. When I first started content, holy shit, I sucked at being myself. I sucked ass. And it was so painful. It's like I couldn't actually talk how I wanted to talk. It's like as soon as I turned the camera on, a different person would arise. A worse person, someone with less of a personality, less charismatic, less authentic, less everything would show up. And I don't think that is the way to go. I do not think there is any room for growth when you live in this fake zone where you're not being yourself. And it doesn't feel good either. It feels like we're acting and not in a good way. It's like we're acting like someone else and we've lost this other sense of who we are. And I think that is extremely damaging and we should always run away from that. Or maybe when you're just meeting someone for the first time, or you're going on a first date, or you're meeting your significant other's parents or something like that, you're not yourself. You act like this, you're this outer shell of you, but you're not actually acting as you. Now, I'm not saying that you should just say the most outlandish things and act like it's some late night sleepover when you're fucked up with your buddies or you're with your girlfriends at some girly sleepover acting silly. I'm not saying that that's how you should act in some of these situations. That's obviously not appropriate. But you should still be yourself. You should still say the things that you want to say and be true to who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, what you think is funny. Because people can see that. And they can see when you're not being yourself. And there's nothing less attractive and something that makes you feel super weird and uncomfortable than when you see someone else not being themselves. You can almost feel it. It's like when you can feel the tension in the room, when you can feel the awkwardness, you can feel the inauthenticity. You can feel that something is off. And you can also feel when something is on. You can feel when someone is just exactly themselves, when they're portraying exactly who they want to portray portray. Exactly who they want to portray because who they want to portray is just them. They're not trying to act a certain way. They're not hoping and praying and wishing that thinking that you're going to like them because they say XYZ. They're just showing up unapologetically. Just, hey, this is me. Take it or leave it. And guess what? Some people are going to take it. Some people are going to leave it. Maybe a lot of people are going to leave it. Who cares? You're better off without those people anyways. You don't want them a part of your life. Do you really want people in your life who are only there because of this character that you portray? I don't know. That's not what I want. I don't want those people in my life. I want to just be able to be me, never apologize for being me. Oh, I'm so sorry that I said that. Oh no, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to have bad manners, but I'm going to be me. And I'm just going to say the things and do the things that I want to do because they are true and authentic to me. And I think that is super important in all aspects of life, but especially when you're making content, putting yourself out there, is just be authentic and be you. You should not have to change or put on a front or apologize for being you. So long as you're not a fucked up individual who likes to take advantage of kids or do some other fucked up shit, then just be yourself. You got nothing to be ashamed of. If anything, you should be ashamed of not being yourself and trying to act like someone that you're not. It's easier said than done, too. I've noticed this firsthand. I touched on this a little earlier in the video. Actually being your true and authentic self is difficult. We're like conditioned to not be ourselves. We are conditioned to put on fronts when we think it'll be advantageous to act a certain way in front of certain people. We're like conditioned. It's like in our social conditioning to like tell white lies, to sugarcoat things, to play a role or play a persona because we think that it's cool, we think that it's sexy, we think that it's desirable, we think that it's normal, that it's not weird, but it's just inauthentic and it's not us. And I realize that that is difficult. That is a skill that I've had to learn and I've had to hone and I've had to practice recently, but I've had so many benefits and I believe you can too. You can find a lot of these benefits and a lot of these positive things that happen to you in life and positive relationships and things that you experience from just being yourself authentically. Just try it out. Just try, hey, I'm gonna meet somebody and I'm not gonna hold back until the third or fourth time that I hang out with them. I'm not gonna hold back parts of my personality. I'm just gonna show them who I really am from the start. I'm gonna laugh at what I wanna laugh at. I'm gonna make that risky joke. I'm gonna say that thing that they may not agree with. Try it out. Why not? The worst thing that could happen is you get a little bit of judgment and someone's like, oh, what? But a lot of times when you get judgment from being yourself too soon, what I've realized is you're not actually getting judgment from the person, as in they're judging you that something's wrong with you or that you need to dial it back in, you need to change your approach. Oftentimes, they may get upset because what they see is the confidence in you and your ability to be yourself unapologetically and authentically, and they envy that. When they see that on you, they immediately get insecure because they don't know how to do it themselves. They are not confident enough to do it themselves. They have too much insecurity. And so instead of them accepting their insecurity and taking the ownership for that, and being like, man, I need to change, I need to step up, they project and they may say something that's judgmental to you. Or they may tell themselves, oh, I don't like that person, he's weird, he's goofy, he's blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, bitch, he's fucking dope. You're the one with problems. Some food for thought. Another one take. Coming back at you with your boy. I got this weird ass, it's not weird, but it's this light in the corner. So that's why the lighting's been all weird. But this one is super raw and authentic. Let's go. Cheers.